Ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at something pretty new. No, it's not this truck, it's what's on the other side of the truck. So over the past couple weeks we've been putting a couple things together, made a few things happen, and we ended up purchasing something that'll be for the channel. I'm going to document some things with it, some of the things that I need to fix, some of the things that I'm going to do with it. So let me just walk over here so you guys can see. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my new to me 2011 Dodge Charger RT. Now, for those eagle-eye viewers who have been with the channel for a little bit, you might say, oh, well, this looks familiar. Well, that's because it is. If you've seen my videos from Norwalk, Ohio, or even my Woodward Dream Cruise video, you might have noticed the Mancini racing car from the fine folks over there at Mancini Racing. And you're wondering, pretty sure now you're wondering, well, why is it in my driveway? Well, the reason is I bought it. They're looking to get rid of the car. A few things have happened behind the scenes with the Mancini Racing Company, and it was time to say goodbye to their Charger. So, made a few things happen, and I ended up picking it up. It'll still be seen at plenty of events, plenty of Mancini sponsored events, and so much more. So, how about we go in and take a look inside and then go for a drive. So as I mentioned, this car is a 2011. This is the 7th generation Charger. This is before the facelift, so this is an 11 to 14 body style. Let's go ahead and open it up. So, as you expect, it is a 2011 interior. It does have the 8.4 inch touchscreen. It does have the steering wheel cover, which I do want to get rid of eventually. Let's go ahead and sit inside. The seats are pretty comfortable. We have, I believe it's 131,000 miles on it. Yep, 131,778. I did put a couple hundred on it already, just kind of driving it around, getting a feel for everything. I'm just trying to get a little more familiar with the pre-facelift 7th generation platform. So as I said, this is an RT, so this does have the 5.7 Hemi. So let's go ahead and start it up. We're going to back it up into the corner spot over there, and let's take a closer look around the vehicle. Oh yeah. You notice we do have the check engine light. This car does have long tube headers. So yes, here it is, the Mancini Racing Charger. Let's go over a couple of things about this car, some of the things at least I know about it. So we have an SRT8 inspired front bumper. We have a nice functional SRT style front hood. We're sitting on Bravado Tribute 18-inch wheels. This has some custom graphics. No, this is not a Scat Pack logo, even though it kind of looks like it. This is the 50th anniversary version of the Mancini Racing logo, which kind of ties back to their heritage and their racing. They were all Italian, hence this design here. They were all Italian, and they all like to race their cars, and they were into chariot racing, which that's a weird combo. You're into cars and chariot racing. Got the Mancini Racing graphic down here. It runs along the side of the car. We also have this Super V style graphic, again polished off with the Mancini Racing emblem. We've got completely smoked out rear taillights. I will be changing that. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm probably going to put the newer, it kind of looks like the 2015 to 2023 taillights in there. Relatively new. I've only seen a couple cars have them. Again, just, the same Bravado rims, front and rear. We're sitting on 295 Nitto NT 555 G2s. These tires are really, really sticky. Really good for performance. Speaking of performance, let's talk about the drivetrain. So this does have the 5.7 liter Hemi V8. The original output was 370 horsepower and 410 foot-pounds of torque. And that went through a 5-speed automatic gearbox. It's the same one that was found in the Charger SRT8. This car does have some modifications done to it. First, it is cammed. I'm not entirely sure what cam is in it. I believe it is the MMX, Modern Muscle Extreme, no spring required, no tune required camshaft. Even though this car is tuned up, it does have a tune from I'm not entirely sure where. This also has a full set of Cook's long tube headers, 1 7/8 inch long tube headers, going to a custom TTI Performance catback exhaust, which also features MagnaFlow mufflers and Challenger style quad tip exhausts. This car does sound very, very nice. It's very loud, very drony at lower RPM, but then once you open it up, oh boy, it's a screamer. So on the hub dyno, this car made, I believe it was 390 wheel horsepower on whatever tune this is on, which is pretty low if you ask me. I was expecting, you know, upwards in the 400s, but we should be fixing that here soon. Once I'm all wrapped up with a couple of the small little gremlins on this thing, and I'm finished tuning my SRT, this car is next in line. That's something that I do plan on doing. I will be working with High Horse Performance to get this car making the most power it can make. So I went ahead and popped the hood. It's still a little dirty in the inside. I haven't really had time to clean this car, but you can see, there it is, 578. Does have a Mopar cold air intake. Let's see if you can spot the headers down there. There they are. Nice Cook's headers. I might be changing out the intake here soon. The plan is the JLT intake, the new one that came out that has been proven to show horsepower gains of up to 30, I think it was in a 30 wheel horsepower gain on an unopened, unchanged 5.7 Hemi. You can see the duct for what I was talking about earlier goes up into that vent. Just force air down into the intake filter. Alright, stepping back inside the car. We're going to go ahead and close the door so we don't hear any annoying chiming. So this car does have a few nice features on it. Like I said, we do have the 8.4 inch touchscreen. It does have heated seats. So if we click accept here, we got Sirius XM. We have all the stuff that you would expect from a Charger or Challenger with the Uconnect box like this. It does have full navigation, rear view camera. The phone doesn't want to work, and that's the only thing that with the inside that this car has it's an issue. Other than that, everything else works great. You can see we have a couple gauges. This one doesn't work. This is supposed to be for your oil pressure. I mean, you got the car's version. And then my air fuel ratio gauge. Right now I have it completely unplugged because it needs to be rewired to key on power, because it's wired to the back box, so it's always on all the time, and then it would drain the battery, so on and so forth. A couple other things that this car has that needs to be addressed. One, I don't know what it is, but when you put it in reverse, the screen display, like the actual camera display, is flipped. I don't know what it is. And then the other main concerns I have with the vehicle is the air conditioning, the AC compressor needs a full replacement and hasn't worked in a couple years. This car wasn't driven when Mancini had it. This car wasn't driven as much as I plan on driving it. So like the no AC wasn't really too much of an issue. You just have the windows down, you cruise, have a good time. The other issue is there isn't light, so there is the check engine light for the long tube headers. That's all the emissions crap that you'd get whenever you throw any type of headers on a car like this. The other one, it shows camshaft position sensor, bank 1 slow response. I don't know if it's the sensor itself or if it's the VVT, variable valve timing solenoid. I don't know if that's going bad. I'm going to replace both either way. So then once that's all fixed up, this car will be 100% ready to rock and roll. It'll be a good car to drive around. It sits pretty low to the ground, so sometimes you scrape. Like coming out of my driveway, you scrape sometimes, but you know, it is what it is. All right, enough of my rambling, enough talking. Let's let the engine do some talking. It's weird, this car. The car, so when you put it in gear, well, first let me show you. This is backwards. You can't really tell. But if I put the, if I turn the wheel, I'll have the wheel turn to the right. It doesn't want to go the right way. It's a little funky how that works. So like, if I pull the car forward, let's turn it around here. Don't mind the sun glare. So it shows that the truck here is on the left-hand side when it's over, there. So everything there is backwards, and sometimes it will fix itself and it'll face the right way. I don't know what it is. I'll have to do some looking around, see what that is. And the other thing is we have it in gear right now. You can see it is in drive. It will not do anything you'd expect with a cam. It just has a normal, sounds like a factory idle, and that's it. But if you put it in park, especially when it's warmed up, it's still a little cold, but when it's warmed up and you go outside and you listen to it, it does in fact have a little chop to it. But I don't know if it's just because of the lobe separation angle or just how this tune is. I'm not too sure. Alright, let's get moving. I'll probably scrape right here. That hurt a little bit. I think it scrapes just the one small section of the exhaust, because this car does sit on lowering springs. There's traffic, here we go. So we're not warmed up yet. Still not warmed up yet. You can kind of hear, I can't really hear myself too much. The drone in this car with this head-up at normal driving speeds is pretty loud. But when you open it up, it sounds phenomenal. It drives very well. It's pretty smooth. It makes people turn their heads as you're driving along. It's a great looking car. 131,000 miles, you would expect a couple issues, which is, I knew coming into this car what I was getting into. So I'm not too concerned about like the reliability being an issue or anything like that. This car has been down to Ohio multiple times. We've done all of the Ohio trips, every single one that we've done since I believe, what was it, 2023, 22? When we first went down there, this car has gone every single time, has not had an issue whatsoever. Alright, we're coming up to a light here. I'm going to put it in neutral. And I'm going to crack the window a little bit. Kind of hear the chop that I was talking about. It only does it when there's no load on the engine. It's weird. As soon as you put it back into drive, it sounds like your standard stock Hemi. There we do. We are warmed up. Look what we have here. Oh, someone's having a bad day. Let's make their day a little better. Can't go wrong with the sound of that long tube header Hemi. Okay. This guy. Alright. This guy ain't driving fast enough. We'll catch him though. .295 tires, by the way. And this little 5.7 breaks them loose. It's absolutely incredible. what, 390 horsepower to the tires. This car gets up and books it for a 4,200 pound car. I'm very impressed. But like I said, we will be seeing way more power. Well, I'm expecting anywhere up to 420, 430. That's what this cam is expected to make, if it's the correct cam that I'm thinking of. Alright, just completed a nice little car wash. Getting on the highway, so you know what that means. Out to, and it's glorious. So now we're gonna cruise to Woodward. We're gonna take a little lap around, and then I gotta go meet up with some friends. We're gonna go have some dinner, watch one of my other friends perform some music live. And so I'm just cruising along here at speed, at a speed, and one thing I noticed driving this car on the highway, it's my first time taking it on the highway, mind you. This car, when it's, like I said, it's up in the RPMs. It has a 306 rear end in it. It did get the Getrag swap, so it does not have the factory differential in it. But this car, with the long tube headers and the full custom exhaust, is no louder than my 6.1, my SRT8. At this speed. It always seems like whenever you're below 2,000 RPM, it's just very drony and very loud. But at speeds like this, it's not bad. Like I said, it's no louder than my other car. And that car, it's loud, but it's not unbearably loud. So I don't know. Maybe I gotta change the exhaust system to reduce the drone, or maybe I'll leave it as is. I haven't decided yet. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, Woodward. Not expecting a whole lot to be going on out here tonight. There is some construction of one of the lanes, and then on top of that, there was a huge event about 40 minutes from here that a lot of cars were at. They might be coming out here later because it just wrapped up. Let's see, based on the time. So I'm not expecting a whole lot on this road, but if I do see something exciting out, naturally I'll grab the camera and record it. If you're unfamiliar with Woodward, this is a very, very popular road where all the enthusiasts, old and young, will come along and they'll gather up and they'll cruise up and down the road, race each other, they'll sit up and they'll park around and just basically enjoy the cars, enjoy the weather when it's nice, and have a good time. There's a couple people over here. I heard some of these folks giving it the sauce. It seems like we hit more traffic, which is always wonderful. Said no one ever. I don't know what they're doing over here. It seems like every year something different has to happen on this road. It's stupid. Doing something on this road. I can understand trying to keep up with it, especially in this specific area where we're at, but still, it's like, come on. Okay, you can hear some folks now. Chrysler 300 up there. Looks like a CLS. Maybe a Mustang. It's always cars at this gas station. There's a few. Well, pretty much gonna keep the camera rolling and see if we can catch anything. Hemi, Mustang, CLS AMG, CT4V Blackwing, and there's an RS5 or RS4 right over there. Oh, and I think the Mustang stalled. Manual things. Yep, there it goes. Yep. I can smell his clutch. Oh yeah. Love the smell of burning clutch in the evening. There's a Porsche coming up on my right. Can't tell if it's a RS. It looks like an RS. See if I can capture it real quick. You can see it in the mirror there. Looks like a GT3 RS. We'll see if he catches that one. Yeah, there is a few cars out tonight. That's a couple Chargers, Lamborghini Revuelto. Mind you, this is early April. It's like 52 outside. There's cars out. As I said, the car community here is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Even the cops. See, this is where everyone's trying to go. Me, I don't like doing that. I don't care for those people. All they do is make noise and ruin everything. So I'm gonna keep going. We're gonna see what else we can find. Looks like my buddy's over there. Let's go pay him a visit. Spin back around real quick. Spun back around, I see a bunch of Beamers in line. How much you want to bet they take off when that light goes green? Let's see. There's an electrical box in my way, ruining my view. Good job. Good job by the Planning Commission of Royal Oak. See what they do. Oh, that was underwhelming. Those two are. There's Camaro. It's a nice place. Reason why this is a great place. You get everything from classics to modern muscle. STO, exotics, everything's out here tonight. going to say hello to my buddy, and then I'm going to go and head to the place that I'm originally supposed to go. Quick little pit stop, and the idiots are out. Someone just hit somebody over there. And not only are the cars out, the cops are out. 765 and a Lambo. I don't know what they got stopped for. They weren't really going that fast. There's cars everywhere. At a gas station I was at, they ended up calling the cops because some idiot in a truck doesn't know how to drive and backed into another car. So I wasn't going to stay long anyways. Nothing but a bunch of morons over there. Really liking that Chevelle. Like I said, there's everything out here. It's amazing. There's even a G550 4x4 squared behind me. But we're about to be pulling up to destination that I was originally going for. Decided to kind of take one more lap. Sorry. So now comes the wonderful part. This place is kind of really tight. So now I gotta try to find a spot to park. Ugh. I'll tell you what, these early versions of the electric power steering are questionable. Let's see if I can find myself a good old spot here. Might have to park a little ways away. Take a look-see here. Okay, don't see my buddy here yet, so I must have beat him to it. Must be parked somewhere where I don't see him. Nope, he ain't here just yet. Oh, bumpy. Alright. Let's see. Yep, we're still backwards. Can't really use the rear view camera the way it's supposed to be designed because it's backwards. See, look. Shows a Chevy right there and a Civic right there, but your Civic's over there and your Chevy's right here. Even to Dodge to mess that up. That or it's just this stupid wiring. I don't know. No parking sensors, so we just gotta wing it. It should be good enough. Alright. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for today's video. I'm gonna start filming a little more now that I have a little bit more time on my hands. So feel free to like, comment, make sure you hit that subscribe button as we do have more content coming. You can hear the cars in the background. Lots of stuff will be happening out here whenever I can come out here. Car show vlogs, stuff with this car and the 6.1. So thank you guys for watching. We will see you next time.